I like to do things. Also, I think it's not just about practical application, but it is also to a large extent about understanding oneself. And the beauty about Jyotish, as Akshat said, it's a Vedanga, one of the six Vedangas, is that it is will appeal to people of all ages, whether you're old. I mean, there are clients who have come to me and they are just interested in whether they will get moksha, whether they will find this, and so spiritual journey. There are people who come to me with other problems, so it's caters literally to a wide repertoire of people of all ages. So it's up to you to pick and choose. But one thing is certain, the whole common factor of which is uniting Jyotish and the Vedangas and the whole quest for knowledge is to do with human suffering. Why are we here? Even why are we even bothering? Is Bhagwan, how can he permit all this? Because let's face it, we are in Mrityu Loka. Okay, Mrityu Loka meaning we have a limited shelf life. So no matter what, no one is a god. Even the best of yogis, like Devra Baba, who lived here, we don't know how many years he lived, maybe like 100, 200, 300. We don't know. Okay, but even they, once they enter the realm of Bhuloka, which is our earth, um, there is already an expiry date written on you. So you have to exit this, and hence it's called the Mrityu Loka. So what is it about this Loka where even Sri Ram, who came, had to pass away and go into, obviously they are the avatars, and as Krishna, Lord Krishna. But what is it about them that even they had to fight all the demons and so on and so forth? So we will see, okay? And which reminds me of Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanur Mardanam. This is from the Dhyana Shloka of the Gita, Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum. So let's move forward. So basically, one of the big factors is karma. Okay. Now, we may often wonder why we gravitate towards people who are like very different, even in relationships. And in fact, the karma plays out mainly in relationships to a huge degree. Maybe we feel it more. It's like people born in two different parts of the earth, and yet they are married. And then you find that after like 10 years or 25 years, they separate, or it's still not the same. So what is it about the relationship? Is it the karma is over? What is it? So the word karma, obviously karma comes from the Sanskrit etymological, if you go back, it's karma. And of course, we have various kinds of karma. It operates as the law of cause and effect, action, reaction, and all of this karma binds the core concept, which in Vedanta we know as Atman. The self or the soul is a sort of like a shoddy description of Atma or Atman, and this Atman is literally caged within our rib cage, like within all the within our the soul resides there, and it can't get out. It's like the cage, it's like the shackles, it's like the bandhana of Saturn, Shani, and it is like the samsara, and it is attached. So it's like a whole time and space and is moving forward, the births and deaths and multiple lifetimes. It's like there is a reference to Lord Brahma that in a blink of an eye, some millions of lifetimes pass through in front of Brahma's eyes. So, so that gives you a very clear indication that karma, that is why we are carrying on coming here, because we haven't been able to grasp the full picture. So what is the full picture? And the full picture is various karmas that we have accumulated over ages and ages, like all the time. And in Jyotish, that is the beauty about Jyotish. We are able to pinpoint what you were in the previous lifetime, immediate previous lifetime, what you were like many lifetimes. And, there are Varga charts which give us various accumulated karmas. Eighth house, as Akshat just mentioned, is like will give you in depth about what the karma is. It has associations with your lagna law. It has associations with your atma karaka, which I will come to in a bit. We've already the atma is already, we've figured out kind of, we are all familiar with the word atma. So all of that has a bearing on the various kind of sanchita karmas, prarabdha karma. Of course, some karma, you can say there are people who are like, for example, ill for like 30 years, and then suddenly they wake up and they are like, all right, they feel good. So what is that? What is that part of the sanchita karma? What is that prarabdha that they had to go through that experience of ill health for that many decades or that many years, and then they are able to come out of it? What is it? So this understanding, and sometimes it is just the understanding we seek, and our attitude and the way we deal with our karma and our perspective, our perception will have a huge, huge impact on our ongoing karmas, which is the agama karma, which is we are carrying on making, just breathing and putting our foot on earth and putting our foot on the grass, killing all those little minute insects is creating that ongoing agama karma. So what to say about, like, all our lifestyle, all the the carbon blueprint or footprint or whatever we are constantly creating by consuming and overeating and all of that. So there is all of this, all adds up towards the agama karma. So you see, the Vedas there are probably even six very well defined classifications of karma. And so four of them, as you can see, kriya mana is like where it's being made, and agama is like you get the result of it instantly. So if you've been like horrible to somebody, or or stolen from somebody, and and thought, oh, it's fine, and then suddenly you find that, hey, you've got mugged down the road a few years down the road. So that's kind of like it comes in and it's gone, because it's pretty immediate. So all of these are, very much ongoing process, and karma is a very complex process. Everybody likes to say, oh, it's karma, that's why I'm having this. No, the karma is very complex. It is not a very straightforward kind of, because you don't know. Everything may be going well, you may be happy, everything, you've got a good marriage, you've got children, you've got a nice house, everything is great, but it's that one thing, something will come and trigger, and all, it's like a pack of cards, everything will just come crashing down. So what is it? What is it? Is it like some karma has borne fruit which in some nth lifetime you did not know, and suddenly it has come to rule over here? So that's why it's said it's very complex, and we never know what may come. Anyway, so this is from Parashara's text, right? That the grahas, Parashara, the huge monumental work of Muni Parashara, which is Brihat Parashara Hora Shastra, and it says, chapter 2, that the grahas incarnate as a succession of eminent births whose purpose is to destroy the strength of demons, enhance the strength of gods to re-establish dharma. So there we go. So we now have some kind of a blueprint. We have some kind of like a way forward. And I haven't said it. It's Parashara who's saying it. And this was established thousands of years ago. So, and so there is a certain purpose and a certain goal, like a higher goal. and everything else, like, oh, I want a better car, a better job, a better everything, better lifestyle. I want to be I want to get an invite to the richest person's wedding in town. All of these are just here and gone tomorrow. But there is also a bigger picture, which is it's like the churning of the wheel, like the samsara, the wheels of samsara. There is something else that is churning way, way beyond your reach. And that is the understanding that this concept of pursuing your or re-establishing the dharma which has fallen in this Kali Yuga. Now, there is, like I said, there are so many. This is a vast subject. It's a proper Vedanga. So we will do in the next session about the yugas and all that. I have tackled this in one of the Ayodhya conferences, but I will probably go in depth on the yugas. So I will not go into too much into the yugas at this point. But Parashara continues with his, the Vamana is, sorry, oops, I think got the wrong slide in here. Yeah. So basically, hang on. Yeah. So before we come to that, let's have a look at this particular story. Okay. The Mount Kailash. There is, and what is happening or what happened in Mount Kailash, and why the whole of the Jyotish, and as Parashara says,